This newscast is brought to you by Qberg, Pittsburgh's source for LGBTQ+ news and community information. Learn more about Qberg by visiting their website at qberg.com. That's QBURGH.com. From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we're reporting at this hour. The Trump administration has transferred hundreds of immigrants to El Salvador, even as a federal judge issued an order temporarily barring the deportations under an 18th century wartime declaration targeting Venezuelan gang members, officials said Sunday. Flights were in the air at the time of the ruling. U.S. District Judge James E. Boasberg issued an order Saturday blocking the deportations, but lawyers told him there were already two planes with immigrants in the air, one headed for El Salvador, the other for Honduras. Boasberg verbally ordered the planes be turned around, but they apparently were not, and he did not include the directive in his written order. In a court filing Sunday, the Department of Justice, which has appealed Boasberg's decision, said the immigrants had already been removed from U.S. territory when the written order was issued at 7:26 p.m. Trump's allies were gleeful over the results. Oopsie, too late, Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele, who agreed to house about 300 immigrants for a year, the cost of $6 million in his country's prisons, wrote on the social media site X above an article about Boasberg's ruling. That post was recirculated by White House Communications Director Stephen Chang. Secretary of State Little Marco, who negotiated an earlier deal with Bukele to house immigrants, posted on the site, "We sent over 250 alien enemy members of Tren de Aragua, which El Salvador has agreed to hold in their very good jails at a fair price that will also save our taxpayer dollars." Steve Vladek, a professor at the Georgetown University Law Center, said that Boasberg's verbal directive to turn around the planes was not technically part of his final order, but that the Trump administration clearly violated the spirit of it. This just incentivizes future courts to be hyper-specific in their orders and not give the government any wiggle room, Vladek said. The immigrants were deported after Trump's declaration of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which has been used only 3 times in U.S. territory. The law, invoked during the War of 1812 and World Wars I and II, requires a president to declare the United States is at war, giving him extraordinary powers to detain or remove foreigners who otherwise would have protection under immigration or criminal laws. It was last used to justify the detention of Japanese American civilians during World War II. A Justice Department spokesperson on Sunday referred to an earlier statement from Attorney General Pam Bondi blasting Boasberg's ruling and didn't immediately answer questions about whether the administration ignored the court's order. And now this news about a business closing in Norfolk, Virginia that has been blamed on woke people. A military-themed brewery in Norfolk, Virginia is closing its doors and blaming a, quote, local woke mob for its inability to turn a profit. Wah. A statement from Armed Forces Brewing CEO Alan Beal about the brewery's closure said that the brewery's ability to profitably operate in Norfolk was severely affected by the local woke mob, a few individuals in the area who have no love for the traditional American values we hold as a company. Oh, wah. You snooze, you lose, idiot. According to WHRO Norfolk, locals objected to Armed Forces Brewing when it relocated to the city from Annapolis, Maryland, on the promise of a $300,000 tax break from Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. More than 800 Norfolk citizens submitted comments opposing the bar's planning and zoning permits in November 2023, citing the company's misogynistic and anti-LGBTQ+ promotional material and its controversial spokesman and part owner, Robert O'Neill. O'Neill is a former Navy SEAL and frequent guest on conservative media. He claims to have personally killed Osama bin Laden. In 2023, Fox Business interview, O'Neill blasted the Navy for teaming with drag performer Harpy Daniels as recruitment ambassador. He also reportedly suggested that LGBTQ+ people are pedophiles in a since-deleted social media post. In 2020, he was banned from flying with Delta after refusing to wear a mask amid the COVID-19 pandemic. If you are watching our videos on the PEP Radio channel on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Blue Sky and download the Live 365 app to take PEP Radio with you when you are on the go. That's the news at this hour. Time now for more music on PEP Radio.